we should have talked about this a few episodes ago. The new mission to the moon. Are you hearing about this for the first time, Cole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, back in what, 2018, 2019, Trump did announce we were going to go back to the moon with no plan. But like, you know what? I guess NASA took that and ran with it. They're like, yo, let's make these plans before he changes his mind. And
That's
then,
hilarious.
yeah, I think Biden announced that he's going to follow through on that. And
Wow.
I think a few weeks, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or something, they announced the commanders of the latest moon mission. There's a Canadian among them, which is legit.
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh wow.
the first Canadian on the moon. What is it? I forget. I have to look up their name. But other than that, they're also establishing a long-term presence on the moon.
Wow.
So we, as in America, and I guess Canada has to tag along. We'll have a moon base, which is pretty exciting.
That is exciting. That's crazy. Have you heard
What
of
do-
this show called Space Force?
Oh, with Steve Carell.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's literally about this. That's hilarious. You guys should watch that. It's so funny. He's like the president, and it's basically Trump. That's how they kind of convey the whole kind of situation. They're like boots on the moon by 2023. So it's like they keep saying that, and so I think it was hilarious that you brought this up. I didn't know that that's actually a thing.
yeah, pretty exciting. I'm just looking over like their mission statement. So what are they gonna do? Oh, I guess I should share this.
When you say long-term presence, I think that's the term you used. What do you mean by that?
Setting up a base, like the other like Apollo missions to the moon, they'd always go in there, do their thing, and then come back. And now what they're doing is setting up something like the International Space Station, where it will be continually manned by people.
Wow, that's crazy. But it's like, what do you think they could actually harvest from the moon? Like, do you think it'd be sort of like looking for materials, studying it? Generally, it's like the moon doesn't really. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I thought like the moon isn't really something that is that exciting. It's like Mars, I can
Well,
understand.
I'm glad you raised that because
Oh,
one of their mission statements is economic opportunity,
Nice.
fueling new industries, supporting job growth. I mean, it's pretty generic, but there
Yeah.
is.
It's kind of like going to the
Said
moon
every
will
industry.
require some jobs.
But I do follow a couple of like sci-fi or futurist like thinkers, and there is some truth to this in that if we can set up a permanent base on the moon, you can offload a lot of environmentally polluting industry to the moon, right? Like you don't have to worry about safety regulations, environmental regulations. You, especially if the moon has like precious metals that it's hard to mine for on Earth, because we have to worry about all the damage and etc. Like you can externalize that on the moon because no one really cares what you do there. But yeah,
But I mean, so I've heard about this, and I was thinking, or sorry, just going to the moon in general. Not about this specifically, but putting like what is the word? Like all our essentially trash and things like that there. If the moon is affected, wouldn't that affect our weather and things along those lines?
no,
If like, okay,
it's too far.
but
Are you
it has
sure?
like an effect on our waves.
It has your effect
Yeah.
on waves because of gravity, not
Yeah.
because of the atmosphere.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is like, what other effect could the moon have that we either don't know of or
I mean, I'm sure there's some, but like whatever surface level like activity we do, I don't think would affect us that much.
if we lost the moon? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we would. I doubt we'd lose the moon. We're not gonna crack it open.
No, yeah, that's fair. Just put a lot of trash on it, weighs it down. No, I'm just kidding.
But no, this is exciting. I think this is like outside of the SpaceX launches, this is the biggest news we've had. Yeah, like the biggest. Yeah, a big like initiative.
Yeah.
Man, I never realized how much of a geek you guys are. Like, I'm like, okay, that's great.
I mean, you got. I mean, you have to take a bit.
And I'm pretty geeky myself, but I guess I'm not too into that.
Yeah, for I guess all the skeptics about space programs stuff, I always tell them like a lot of the stuff we have and are take granted for are developed because of the
Space
programs we
exploration.
exactly. like your microwave, corrugated cardboard, all of this stuff was developed.
GPS.
GPS, yeah, a bunch of these technologies do come from the fact that like we had to develop
Oh,
them
interesting.
to get to the moon. And I think for this lunar base, what will probably benefit is robotics, especially autonomous robotics, right? Because like it's so expensive to send people. A lot of the building of the stuff I can imagine being done by robots that they would just send up, give them instructions.
All right, that's a wrap for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit subscribe, add some comments, give us feedback. We had a couple of our first comments, so thank you for those people. I really appreciate it. And yeah, see you next time. Oh, and hit the like button and also click the ring notification button so you get a notification every time we release.